Okay, I am going to admit a very embarrassing thing, but something I did. I yelled at the person who answers the phone at my doctor's office. She wasn't a nurse, and I don't know if she's a regular receptionist there, but I'm not a yeller at people. I don't think there's a time or place. It's just not necessary. I lost it. I dropped the F-bomb. I was a swearing crazy woman. Okay, so I'm gonna just address it. I have made like 15 videos literally in my time that I have definitely not posted about feeling completely dismissed or dismissive behavior of someone in the medical field. It's awful. I think all of my feelings just came out at once. I have been between my doctor and insurance trying to get a medication that I'm not even really a fan of being on medicine anyhow. So when I have to do the extra stuff for it, I'm like, I don't even want to be on this. I know I have to. I get it. So I do it. But making me do something that they were supposed to handle, like babysitting someone, I don't like that. I'm not a under my thumb person. You just do your job. You're an adult, right? So I had been kind of having to go back and forth, and I also feel very dismissed. I've got issues with that. So where do I start? Okay, so I generally don't yell at people. I don't get angry like that. I will think things through. I try and be empathetic. I try and see the human aspect. I come from a big family and they all have different characteristics. So I always try and relate someone to my family, and then I can just love them. So, whatever. I try really hard to understand human beings. That being said, I completely lost my mind the other day. And, luckily I have love and support to say, you know what, sometimes you're going to do that. So what's been going on is multiple times I've complained about how I feel physically. I'm saying, I have pain in my chest. It hurts. I can't breathe. It's not always consistent, but it is there. So it's scaring the hell out of me. I think I'm having a heart attack. I've had all the signs and symptoms. Please do something. And my doctor will say, you're too young. You're too young for that. And that doesn't make sense here. So no, you can't have that problem. And then I'm telling another representative, I don't want to distinctly name people. It's, whatever. But hey, I have this pain in my side. This has been killing me, whatever. Again, you're too young. That doesn't make sense. You should have pain on the other side, not on that side. I've been trying to say, I don't care where it should be, and I don't care how old I am. And guess who else doesn't care? Pain and medical issues. They don't care who you are. They do not discriminate. And if I have pain in my chest and in my side, and I even made a video about not being able to wear a bra. I have told my doctor so long, I'm embarrassed, but I can't wear a bra. That's not normal. It's not. And I'm telling people, listen, I've got some issues here. Please help. And nobody listens until I go wacko, right? And I'm like, I have to go to the cardiologist. This is enough. So I see the cardiologist. We have some issues. She's been amazing. She's listening. She's talking. And I am still very awkward about how I feel. And I have been dealing with so many symptoms. It's almost like I've been kind of taught, you don't feel this. You can't feel this. Don't acknowledge it, right? And I have been trying to teach myself, no, you know your body. Feel it. It's a deadly and cruel position to be in with anyone with a chronic illness. And I'm saying deadly and cruel because it's not fair when you're trying to talk to someone you should trust and who should have your best interest and has the knowledge and background, and you're supposed to tell them how you feel. And when they are dismissive, it's wrong. It's simply wrong. So I have to hurry in because I do feel guilty about saying things because this is not everyone. This is simply not everyone. I know there are some amazing medical people, and I've run into quite a few. I mean, I can be talking about solely just my small experience with certain people, but I do know if you're in the field, you gotta listen. People People don't want to be sick. Maybe someone's like me and tries not to look sick, tries to be better, tries to find a solution. God forbid I still have a character and my body is going downhill, you know? There has to be some understanding of people don't want to look the part. You don't want to feel the part. You want to be better. Please, God, listen, you know? So this brings me to my crap behavior. Actually, there's one more story. One more. And I'm telling you the very basics of how many times nobody's listening at all. And I'm going pretty insane. While I was getting my prescription, I ran into someone that I've worked with, and I said, you know how my port's been causing me all this problem? Because I was supposed to, we've even talked about having port studies, because I'm saying this is driving me nuts. I get all this pain, blah, blah, blah. I said, you know how my port's been weird and I haven't been feeling great in there? Apparently I've got a clot in my heart. And this person said, your port's not weird. There's no problem. And I am like, holy beep. I'm here to get my medicine because there's a clot in my heart and it's by my port. Listen. So yet another time, a bold maneuver of major dismissive BS. It's infuriating, it's sickening, it is deadly and sickening, and it's awful. And I'm telling you this, I want to be better. I do not like to be sick. I don't like this. I'm not made for this poo. I'm trying not to swear. And literally, like, listen, people, try and make my life better. I'm not here because it's fun. I hate it. Totally hate it. That aside, I call into my doctor, and as I'm telling the girl, hey, I've been back and forth between the insurance and the doctor. Can you please just have them get the paperwork? Can I talk to the doctor or the nurse? Has to be done. Admittedly, I do believe that the customer service at my particular location is horrific. I've only had a few that have been actually nice and caring. Usually they're just like, as if you want it. But I've gotten almost used to that. Like, I don't mind a little bit of grump. But what happened is the girl said, well, let me see what I can do. And I said, just let them know that they need to call me or contact me and get this prescription through. I'm being the middleman for something they've already had direct contact. I've already emailed them too. So then she's like, well, let me see. And she goes, your prescription was filled on the 16th or something. And I'm like, no, it actually wasn't. I went in there to get it because I had already had it there for 6 days. And they said that it wasn't okay because you still needed to have the insurance form and fill that out and put it on my... So it's there. Actually, I need to backtrack. When she said you already filled your prescription, I was like, what? No? Like, surprised, because no, I hadn't. I said, no, I went there and they couldn't do it. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this is so weird. So then I said, well, can I talk to my doctor or his nurses? You know, someone who can do this. Not the girl just picking up the phone, going through my stuff. I don't know you. I don't know why you're going through my things. And then she got, and mind you, I was okay with her. I was totally fine. I gave you the backstory of how I feel completely dismissed consistently. So then she goes, aha, well, you already picked it up. I'm like, no, I haven't. She goes, well, we can do a conference call. And I'm like, yeah, but with who? Like, what are you talking about? Like the doctor? She goes, no, CVS. And I was like, oh no, you are answering the phone. Seriously, like mad. Of course, that yelling of you are answering the phone was in my mind. And I'm like, she's not my nurse. She's not my doctor. She didn't even look at the paperwork that has to be filled out. And why is she being accusatory to me about a stupid prescription I don't even want? That is when I lost it. That is when I lost my mind. And I'm like, what the beep, 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 beep. Loads of beeps. I was dropping bombs. I was like, you guys are going to bleep and kill me with your dismissive behavior. You are not listening. I want to talk to my nurse or my doctor or leave them a message because they can do something. I don't know you. And she's like, well, and I said, you just laughed at me when I'm in a position I shouldn't be in, you know? And she was, because she chuckled at my me as if I'm seeking drugs. Ironically, I'm not really into drugs. I hate being on them. I'm always afraid of them. So I'm asking for something I don't want. She's acting accusatory about something and laughing and mocking me and being dismissive, and it's not even her business. And I'm like, get me the nurse or doctor. You just laughed at me. I'm going through hell with you people, and you're dismissive and rude. You're gonna bleep, bleep, bleep. Anyway, long story short, I swore. I said some mean things. I didn't say anything personal. I just said that was totally inappropriate. I'm over this. You will kill me. And I truly feel like this is something that has to be addressed. I don't know how much more empathy I can have, or, try and say, well, you're busy, you're this or that. This is my life. It's my life. A lot of times people will say, oh, well, she's a mom, she's a sister, she's a daughter, she's a this or that or this or that. Yeah, I'm grateful for all of those things. Utterly grateful, right? But I am me. There are single people with no kids and no family who are damn well worth it, and listen to them. Don't be dismissive. That's my biggest thing. Anyway, so I did go crazy. I went off and I felt guilty. Surprisingly, the nurse called me not too soon after. My insurance called me not too soon after and said, hey, it's all filled. We filled this out. 2 seconds to do it. The nurse did make up excuses like, well, we had 3 days since the email. And I'm thinking, well, you had like 6 days since the other thing and blah, blah, blah. Not my business. Don't care. Get it done. It's your job. I've always worked my guts out. I was a good worker. So now I'm about to wrap up my rant that I went on. Slightly embarrassed, and I was. So what I did is, my husband does not support like grumpiness like that. He's like, no, he's one of the kindest people on the planet. Like literally just sweet, sweet, sweet. Not mean. I mean, just so kind. I was embarrassed. I thought, oh my God, I have to tell my husband that I said this. Like I lost my cool. I totally went nuts. Like I'm losing it, but I'm just so over it. And he was like, you know what? I probably would have said the same thing. We've gone through enough. Enough is enough. We've been back and forth between, he's like, and I was like, oh my God, my husband did not like freak out. Like, why would you be mean to people? It was strangely okay. And then my best friend, mind you, I'm blessed with many, but my best friend's sister, she said, you know what? You should stick up for yourself in these things. Maybe yelling's not really, it was, yelling's not cool. It's not. But she was like, you need to make it, you need to make your point across. They do need to listen. There's no room for someone to laugh at you when you're having a really hard time. And because of her mistake, she laughed at me and was accusatory. Things like that. It's just not okay. Dismissive behavior, not okay. I lost my cool. Do I feel guilty? Yes, still I do. I don't know why. I know it was slightly justified. I don't like that I yelled. I don't like the F-bomb, but I lost my cool. And I honestly think so many people could get that. Like, if you've had a chronic illness and you've been dismissed, sometimes you're going to lose it. The girl did try to deny that she had laughed at me, and I said, well, I truly hope there's a recording of this phone call so you can listen to yourself laugh at me when I'm trying to get things done and you're being, horrible. Also, when I got the call back, she was also giving me a very awkward, horrible apology. And I did apologize in probably the same awkward way. And I said, sorry for yelling. That's not okay. My behavior was off. Obviously it was. But I said, but I do feel dismissed. And that's that. So anyhow, I do have to say to everyone out there, it sucks. It sucks being sick. It sucks battling for it. And I truly hope that we can come to some understanding. I have been trying so hard to understand. I've been trying so hard. And I truly hope that there's some sort of something that can help the people that are not listening or not being kind or not understanding.